200,000-year-old ancient city found in Africa. Is it Anunnaki structures before the flood? There are millions of people around the globe who believe that hundreds of thousands of years ago, ancient gods, Anunnaki, arrived on Earth from heaven. If it is true, they must have left the sign of their existence behind us. The largest cluster of ancient ruins, including the oldest functioning megalithic sun calendar, Adam's calendar, is found in South Africa and Zimbabwe to date. Around 5 million circular stone structures have been identified in South Africa. Author Zecharia Sitchin was the first person who highlighted the subject of Anunnaki. In 1976, Sitchin published his personal translations of the Sumerian texts in a series of books titled The Earth Chronicles. According to him, an extraterrestrial race known as Anunnaki arrived on Earth for gold from the mystical planet Nibiru, located beyond Neptune. If Sitchin is correct, then wouldn't there be evidence of their legacy on Earth? Well, the ruins of the ancient city discovered in Africa could be the missing link to Anunnaki. A South African author and explorer, Michael Tellinger, and a small group of researchers found the ruins of a vast metropolis located around 150 kilometers west of the port of Maputo. According to initial surveys, these ancient ruins measure a staggering 1,500 square kilometers, with each wall only 3.5 meters tall. These structures are all connected to each other by channels of stone and held in a large mesh of agricultural terraces that cover entire mountains and resemble an infinite spider's web. Interestingly, there are no doors or entrances to the original structures, which indicate that originally, they were not constructed as dwellings for people or animals. Additionally, the archaeology discovery of mysterious tools and artifacts in the place sign that its creator had advanced knowledge of cymatics, study of wave phenomena, and used sound as a tool. Many people believe that this ancient metropolis could have been a part of some larger complex that encompasses an even greater area of 10,000 square kilometers. Besides, the most intrigued information about it is its age, that is estimated to be between 160,000 and 200,000 years old. The geology of the site is also interesting. Situated beside numerous gold mines, it has been suggested they were the first gold miners. Tellinger, author of Temples of the African Gods, Decoding the Ancient Ruins of Southern Africa, said, "When Heine first introduced me to the ancient stone ruins of Southern Africa, he had no idea of the incredible discoveries we would achieve in the following years. The photographs, artifacts, and evidence we accumulated point towards a lost civilization that has never before been and precedes all others. Not for 100 years, or a few thousand years, but many thousands of years." He wrote in his book, "An Ankh, ancient Egyptian hieroglyphic, was discovered on one of the walls to the ancient southern African city. Are you wondering how on earth there could be a symbol of Egyptian god thousands of years before the Egyptian civilization emerged?" He suggested that together with many ancient gold mines, all this activity was dated with various scientific techniques to well over 100,000 years. It also supports the theory of the presence of the Sumerian Anunnaki on Earth, mining gold in the Absa, which was described as the Sumerian lower world located in southern Africa. He claimed that the southern African ruins are so vast and circular for the purpose of creating a massive amount of energy to locate and extract gold from the mines. Cassidy. Well, what first caught my attention was the fact that the stones that have been used to build these circular stone ruins, these ancient ruins, they ring like bells, every stone. I suddenly realized that this wasn't just an accident, because these stones were making a completely different sound, and they rang. As I say, they actually ring like bells, the most beautiful crystal or metallic structures. Cassidy. The first advanced civilization emerged in the ancient city of Sumer, located in Mesopotamia around 6,000 years ago. Tellinger said that the archaeological findings in southern Africa suggest that the Sumerians inherited much of their knowledge from an unknown civilization that emerged thousands of years before them in southern Africa. In his book, The Cosmic Code, the sixth book of the Earth Chronicles, Sitchin wrote in detail the timeline of planet Earth. The Sumerian tablets of the Kings List contain the detail of a list of kings spanning over a 224,000 time period, 10 of which are kings documented to have existed before the biblical flood. Archaeologists don't want to deal with or acknowledge these time periods, said Tellinger. According to him, the ancient cities in Maputo not only validate but match the time periods documented by the Sumerians. Unfortunately, he did not receive any support for his discovery, and historians and theorists seem not to change to their previous populations. Tellinger's record is still the most fascinating that has the potential to rethink the past of our planet.